We're back, and we're certainly getting a lot of texted in questions. By the way, Miss Celine, that was a very nice ad. I think it hasn't been released yet, but they got to see it first over our program.
Actually, this was used marketing abroad, like yung mga missions abroad, twice lang ata or once. I had to really beg the Tourism Promotion Board to lend it to me. Thank you, ASEC Chikoy. And I had to sign a form that we will not use it for other public viewing.
It's just meant to be seen anyway. So I guess
it will still be refined.
What better venue than to see it over practical business, since we're talking about tourism. Anyway, a question for Dr. Nova de la Cruz, and this is from Amor, although the place of origin wasn't mentioned. Is it okay for a 10-year-old boy to use deodorant?
Well, deodorant, you use it because you have a bad odor. Now, why do you have a bad odor in the first place? You have bacteria that creates those bad odor. Now, if you don't address that, it will be shameful for the boy to go to school and his classmates will smell it. Yeah, why not? Let him use it. But do not jump into the conclusion that I'm gonna use that. You have to consult a doctor before doing that. Otherwise, you'll be bringing allergies and other side effects.
Okay, so basically, even the use of deodorant is something that you have to consult with a doctor?
Because remember, you're going to deal with a bacteria. You have to have a drug against that bacteria. And for that, you need a prescription.
And this is for Ms. Celine. What can local travelers expect from the Tourism Congress? Any upcoming expo travel fairs? Will there be discounts and promotions?
Oh, very timely. On August 10 to 12, we have the biggest domestic travel fair in the Philippines, and it's going to be at SMX Convention Center, August 10 to 12, and there are a lot of bargain prices, bargain packages, both airlines, accommodations, and other services.
Ms. Celine, I'm going to ask a question. It's something that I picked up from my patients myself. Like in those coming from the U.S., the airfare going to the Philippines is $1,200. But if you go to Thailand...
That's peak season.
Yeah. When you go to Thailand, it's around 700. When you go to Singapore, it's 800. So I think nagiging deterrent pa yung price ng airfare. So can we do something about it so that it will be more enticing?
Actually, there are I think at least two components that we can identify. First is the demand and supply. You know, we have very few airlines coming in compared to Thailand and Singapore. So the more airlines, the cheaper, the more competition, the cheaper the airfare is. Second is the taxes, the common carrier taxes that are being charged to our foreign airlines, which are not being charged by the governments of Thailand, Singapore, and the others. And that we are addressing. Right now, that common carrier tax and that foreign billing tax that is being charged to the airline is in the Congress and Senate. The industry, together with other associations and the airline associations, have requested that tax to be repealed. It was passed in the third reading last Congress, and hopefully this Congress, starting this week, will be presented by the Senate.
So the costs have to be reduced. Anyway, tourism industry, medical industry. There was a time when your two industries didn't intersect because they were so opposite. Healthy people went abroad and had fun. Sick people didn't think about becoming tourists. But now there's a crossover. You guys intersect, and you find yourselves. Your interests are now intertwined in many ways. So, have you ever discussed some joint undertakings? And what are the areas where you can help each other? Can you, Tourism Congress, promote doctors in the Philippines? And in the same token, can you promote certain locations, resorts in the Philippines to your foreign clients? Is that possible?
Yeah, for me, let me answer that. There are actually, right now, 3 allies in the medical tourism. Number 1 is the Department of Tourism itself.
Yes.
And number 2, the BPOs, the medical transcriptions and the call centers, they're helping us enter the media and the advertising. So I think from there, we can move forward.
In the tourism industry, in the tourism congress, one of our sectors is others, but a huge part of that is the medical health and wellness field and the spa associations. So we promote each other. We are organized groups that promote each other. We have medical wellness packages, and most of our members are the what do you call this? The big hospitals, the various spas all over the countries, and some medical establishments.
So talaga meron na kayong meron
Oh,
na kayong
yes.
pagtutulungan. Anyway, this is for you, Miss Celine, and it's from May of Car Lines. Good morning to you. Congratulations on your tourism program, but you should tap the car rental industry. I guess that's the industry from which she came.
Yeah.
And the transportation business. These are frontliners and yet the most neglected industry. Hope you'll give us time to share our concerns. So I guess this is what you were telling us earlier, that the connectivity, especially because we're an island country.
Let me answer that, and this is very important. May, and I know her, she's one of the big car rental companies in the Philippines. Thank you for that question, May. May I inform you that one of our most active directors in the Tourism Congress represents the transportation industry, particularly the car and bus rentals. And right now, we are preparing for the position paper for the franchises to be up again, because the new franchises for tourism cars and tourism buses are still closed. So we're working for that to open up with the DOTC, and that they may not be only subjected to huge bidding programs. So we're working on that, and the position papers are coming out not later than Monday this week.
Okay, ma'am. The one time I was able to go to El Nido, it was the resort that provided the air taxi for going from here in Manila to their resort in El Nido. So I guess the connectivity really is a big issue.
Yes.
Because airplanes and even boats constitute a large investment. So what can be done? Can the industry either put its funds together, or maybe in cooperation with airlines, to increase the routes to service the tourism requirements, the not so big tourism requirements?
That is being addressed both by the government and the private sector. For one, the increase in the number of the airports is included in the National Tourism Development Plan, and there are approved new airports for construction and some other airports for improvement and renovation, and the funds are there. The other one is we hope that the Department of Transportation and Communication will now open up the licenses, because there are private sectors and establishments, individuals and groups who are willing to invest in additional vehicles, but the franchises and the licenses are still closed. So that's one of them.
Okay, this is for Dr. Nova. How are we going to know if a doctor is a certified dermatologist? The question is from Ava or Ava.
Okay. The Philippine Dermatological Society has 900 doctors scattered all over the country. And when you go to our website, www.pds.org.ph, there is a doctor locator there. So once you click on that and then you type on a certain location or name, the member will appear.
Okay. Another question for Ms. Celine. In booking a package, which is better, internet or agency?
Of course, I'm with the travel agents and the tour operators. Well, I think if you really want service, if you don't have the time, and if you really want good service, and if you want a point person to be responsible for your booking, go to a travel agent or a tour operator. But should you go to an internet, make sure that the website or the company that is managing that website is legitimate, because we have received so much complaint, so many complaint with the Tourism Congress that they have booked this and that, but when they went to the resort, there was no booking, and after which they cannot run after anyone.
Okay, there's another question here. This is from... Okay, what does the PDS do to stop pseudoderma practitioners? This is from Neo.
Okay, as I've said, we are trying to educate the public that there are really legitimate doctors, dermatologists that are out there, and all they need is to be aware of them. We have our own billboard. We are promoting our society, and we have.
So it's a big problem, Doktora. Itong mga
Yes,
fake. So
yes.
yung mga quack doctors. Okay.
Yes, and that's what you see on TV sometimes, the mga horror stories about a medical procedure gone wrong. Like
Very
that.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it also impacts on us. We get affected like with these bad stories, and then we have to retaliate by bringing up some press release or something.
So in other words,
it's something that we have to deal on a daily basis.
they have to check. They have to do a background check on their doctor, especially if it's a big procedure.
Yes.
Siguro kung mga facial lang, probably not. No? Pero yung big procedures, yung mga may turok-turok, they really have to check. Anyway,
Yes.
it seems that 1 hour is not enough for our very interesting discussion this morning. Anyway, we have to wrap up. Ms. Celine, can you give your parting shot to the industry and to our viewers and maybe even to the government regulators?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. We'd like to tell everyone that tourism is a big component of the economy. It will be a prime mover for economic growth, to give us jobs, and to give us the much needed foreign exchange. So we call everyone, especially the three sectors, no, the government agencies, the private sectors, and the consumers to really unite and cooperate with each other. We would like to thank the support given to us by the Department of Tourism and the 6 sectors in the tourism industry, that we are able to do the jobs that they expect from us. Thank you for the support of the Secretary for pushing the completion of the appointments. And we hope, we're calling on the government, please fill in the seats of the 3 attached agencies, DOT attached agencies, so we can now move further forward. And also, we would like to call on the youth to have in us, especially the youth and even all of us, to have with us the culture of tourism.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Celine. Anyway, Doctora, you have more than 40 texts here, and I cannot read them all. So I'll just give you the opportunity to give your parting shot.
Okay, in our website, you can actually post all your questions to us. So just log on to www.pds.org.ph, and we have online doctors who can actually answer all your questions, and we also have our numbers there.
And on that note, the Aquino administration apparently has very big plans for the tourism industry. Now, whether its lofty goals are attainable or just wishful thinking, it's clear that businesses and other services related to tourism are filled with potential. This is certainly good news for the tens of thousands of young Filipinos who graduate yearly with degrees in HRM, culinary arts, and even medicine. Remember, you can like us on Facebook, that's at Practical Business TV, or have a look at our blog at practicalbusinesstv.wordpress.com. Okay, so join us again next Thursday at 11 a.m. for another hour of insightful discussions and updates in the world of business here on Practical Business. I'm your host, Miguel Hill. Have a pleasant day.